Nerd Herd podcast for our best advice. If you want to do it right, let's like. You guys know the drill. It is Sunday evening. We are ready for top picks of the week, and we have our special guest with us to roll with us tonight. You guys, we are super excited. You guys know him as creator and writer to Canto and creator and writer to Killer Queens. Our friend David Booher. Hey, David, how's it going?
Hey guys, thanks for having me
What's up,
back.
sir?
Super excited to be talking about gay space assassins. Here we go. So,
Bullseyes too at that with those lasers.
That's right. That's right. The sound effects. Pew pew.
Yeah, we need to hear those sound effects for sure.
pew, pew.
There you go.
With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and give a roll call. We'll go ahead and hit the herd chat, and then we'll go ahead and get to these picks, guys. So thank you guys for joining us, and let's go ahead and round it up. Alonzo, what's going on, my brother?
Not much. I'm enjoying Sunday. Just had a great week and weekend, just relaxing, working on my tan. And now I'm here with David Booher. I mean, this is like the best
Egyptian
week
cinnamon
ever,
skin.
right? This is the
That's right,
best
man.
week ever.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say it was the best week ever, but some people say that, right?
Well, of course. I mean, I'm saying it. So what about you? What's going on, Big Rob?
Oh, let's just enjoying this beautiful summer weekend. I'm your friendly red tomato. You can see my face. So just excited for today's top picks and talk to David today. And let's move it on to Jeff.
Yo, what's going on, Herd? It's been a great week as well for me. I spent way too much money on Free Comic Book Day. I don't know how that worked, but that's how it worked out. Probably ended up with 100 new comic books, so probably have a lot to show on Thursday.
Yes, sir.
Short box.
I did want to say I did forget to thank somebody last show. I wanted to thank at Plastic Prison Comics on IG. He's who I got this Shang-Chi first appearance from, and I've done dealings with him. He's a trusted seller, so go hit him up if you got some grails to look for. Also, I just wanted to say this has been a pleasure to meet David, and I can't wait to know more about him. I'm so glad to finally be on the panel with him. I've seen all of your interviews with the Herd, so I'm ready. I'm ready for the humor. I'm ready for the good times, and I can't wait to hear about Killer Queens in space.
Pew, pew.
I was gonna say we spent 5 minutes backstage, and you are still on the show now when we went live. So I think we're doing good, Jeff. I think we're doing good.
I think we're okay. So I'm gonna throw it up to JR.
Just don't let him bury the lead. It's all about the space otters. It's all about
Oh,
the
the
otter
hench-
henchmen.
Hench otters, yeah.
Hench otters.
Fluffy
They-
monkey with the jetpack and the hench
Exactly.
otters, right? There he is, right
Hell
there.
yeah.
Yeah,
You guys will finally understand what we were talking about a while ago.
Can't wait.
It's a great book.
Although I
I'm
feel
Rogues-
like hench otters explains itself, but go ahead.
that does. I am still hoping for hench bears. I am still hoping
Yes.
for those.
I gotta make a note to myself.
Uh,
And then you know JR is gonna want credit, right?
no. I don't want my
Oh,
name
no.
as one or anything.
I was gonna say there is gonna be a hench bear, and it's gonna be named JR. So
Sweet.
you've made your bed, buddy. You've made
Wow.
your bed.
I don't care. I'm a friend of the community, so I don't care.
The red asshole otter.
Anyways,
Nice.
Rogues Law, JR, your resident asshole, and I guess future hench bear. I don't know.
Please just change your caption to that. Future hench bear.
Rest of the show, JR is hench bear.
Oh,
Wow.
It's already off the rails, guys. We've been on for
oh
4
no, I
minutes.
know.
Woo.
This is
I'm gonna pass it over to Steve.
so many
How
different
are you
levels
doing,
here.
sir?
I'm doing great. It's Sunday, man. We got top picks of the week. We got David Booher here. It is your boy, just hip hops in me _comics_collectibles. If I say anything else, it'd be any longer. But we are ready to go with the top picks of the week. And before we even do that, let's go ahead and shout out the brothers in arms, man. Let's go ahead and shout out our TNH moderators, man. I got to stumble right there. Brother Rudy, number 1. Something Wong. Brother 2, you already know something white's going to happen. And my brother Deanime Etc. Deanime Etc. Senpai. And then the music, man. The music behind Team Nerd Herd podcast. We got DJ Abomination, and then Plainclothes D, my boy Darian bodying those luscious beats. Now let's go ahead and get the comments down, man. I see a lot of people up in here represented. We got Copy 801. What's going on? DC Connoisseur and Lover. We got my girl Sheena, HK Wifey 420. What's going on, girl? We got Eric the Phoenix. What is cracking, man? What's cracking, brother? Hermano. What's going on to my brother Raging Cajun Comics, man? We went digging on Friday over at the Glendale store at Legacy, man. It was a good time, man. Good time. We got Glenn 2K12, my horror hermano, man. Man, he has that 4K. Why go to the movies when you have it there? There's something wrong, man. Giving that rose, man, like he's a gigolo, something like that.
I would go with Bachelor, but Gigolo's fine.
Yeah. My man, comics are great.
Seal.
What's going on? I know Phil, Comic Talks Weekly, is in here as well. You got Sparks and Caroline. What's going on? As you promised me, comics. If you guys missed the FOC, man, check that rewind. It was at 11 a.m. PST, 2 p.m. EST. Go ahead and get you some. Let's go ahead and rock down. Oh, another show, man, that just got done was my man Joker. Yo, boy! They had a good show, man, over there, over by East Meets West. I know my man Gomez is going to be with us soon. Yo, boy! You got Sam I Am Comics. What's going on, my brother? You got Inja Binja. What's going on, girl? Man, she has some stranger comics, her little wall right there, man, her display. She's getting it ready, yo. Just like a real collector should, man. Azora's Tiger, my man, coming out and ready to play, man. If you guys don't know, now you know, man. You see that thumbnail, you know my man at Tuesday Night with the Tiger jumping at you. You got no good comics. I'm sorry, JR.
And also to just really quickly, and
Lions and Tigers, Bears
Justin
are mine, huh?
and David are going to have a show that's coming up tomorrow.
And just so you know, Justin, I'm gonna save some one-liners for you. So.
Oh yeah, David.
I got my bag full of one-liners is just bottomless.
He's like, here they are.
Oh, these things? Here you go. No good comics, my brother Justin. Good to see you. The mayor, as they call him, or the closer. The guy has many names. Uncanny Swag. What is going on, my brother? Good to see you. Good evening. Happy Sunday. All right. Yo, I think we are almost. Oh, man. My man, Guy Forge, Guyooch, over at the Pressable Defects. What's cracking, my brother? Good to see you, man. Let's see. Wait, sorry, something. Oh, man. We got my man, Sam. Sam, I Am. Yo, he is one with the Force, and the Force is one with him. Yo, you got Bricks, the Iron Geek. What is cracking, my man? What's cracking, Bricks? I've been seeing you all around, brother. It's good to see you, my man. Happy Sunday. M Detox 4. What's going on? Repping that 619. A lot of brothers out there, man. A lot of brothers chilling out there, catching those waves and digging through comics and all that good stuff. Comic Con. You got Funko Comic Book Fix Doggy. What's going on? And with that being said, y'all, we'll catch you guys as we go through. But thank you guys for rolling with us, man. We are 21 deep. We thank you guys. And with that being said, Alonzo, let's get ready for some top picks because I know you're ready you're up to bat, my brother.
All right. So here we go. So these are going to be our top picks for New Comic Book Day. So here we go. And the first pick is mine, and it is Black Cat number 9. Now, if you guys don't know, there is an Infinity Heist that is going to happen. And who's leading the pack? None other than Black Cat. And I'm totally looking forward to it. Jed McKay has been killing it. I mean, all of his stuff has just been fantastic. I love it. And the art's great. And then these are the covers. My personal favorite right now is the Arthur Adams one. And it's the throwback for the, I think it was a Marvel 25th anniversary.
That's dope.
I love all these old heroes that they have on the sides. I mean, it looks fantastic. And my other covers that I picked are from Sabine Rich and by Sway. And the one by Sway is awesome too. I mean, these covers are just amazing. And I'm a huge Black Cat fan. I'm going to be picking every single one of these covers up on Wednesday. So what do you guys all think?
Oh man, Alonzo, I know you've been reading this, and this hasn't been on my radar, but just that Arthur Adams man cover, and all these covers look awesome, dude. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
The throwback one I love.
Yeah, throwback for sure is best.
I think I saw somebody post that throwback one, but it was empty frame. So I don't know, have they made a sketch cover that has the frame and you can get whatever you want?
Cool.
That would be awesome if they did.
That'd be
It's
great,
provocative
right?
pose.
Yeah.
That would be
So,
awesome.
where's the story at, Alonzo, with Black Cat? Do you know?
Yeah, so right now it's the second part. So a lot of things have kind of been leading up to it. Issue number 8 had Nick Fury essentially
Diesel Dan.
holding or keeping Star like in check. So she was kind of like in a crate. So Black Cat has been hired by somebody to kind of steal the Infinity Stones. But it's weird though, because as you guys know, all the Infinity Stones are people now.
Yeah.
So she's going to have to con all these people. You know, it's going to be great. I love where this is going.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we have the cover arts for Black Cat are always they're always bomb. Well, they sell well.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
I want to point out the comment from HK Wifey 420. Is there a reason that she is ass up like that?
Hit him with it, please, David.
She's a cat. She's a cat.
There's one answer to that, and that is selling copies, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
She's a cat. She's been playful.
David is not wrong.
Like the hair sticking up does not make sense or anything.
Yeah, that doesn't actually.
Oh my god!
I am not going to give it any excuse.
She's
that fur ball.
It's actually upside down, and she's stuck on a bunch of gum under a table, and she's actually dead.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know.
Oh my god!
Dope.
Oh, somebody says there's actually a reason.
Yeah, there is.
I think he's saying because it looks like the Porky Pig. That's all, folks. I think that's what he's referring to.
That is all.
He said that is all. That's it. It's on the table, and there's no more.
I have.
Kind of, I guess. Yeah.
And JR, what do you got for us?
So I've got the Batman Catwoman with
the other cat.
Yeah, with Tom King and Claymane. I love this book. It's got Mask Phantasm, the character in there. It's been running very well. It's a good book. I just enjoy it. It's a nice step outside the continuity, so I could still enjoy my Batman. But it's a little darker. I think overall I'm enjoying it. What about you guys? Have any of you guys been reading this?
No, I missed out, but Tom King, I got it towards like the end, man. I started watching other, shows that I've been watching, and Joker being one of them. He talked about Tom King and this being a good run, and I remember you bringing it up to us, JR, as well, man.
Jim Lee knows how to draw the X-Men and Batman, man. He's genius with Batman art.
Yeah.
I'm refusing to read any Batman until we get a cover with Batman, but in that a Black Cat pose.
That would be great.
Yes.
I would love that.
That's what. Can you imagine? I would be like, I would just buy Batman comics
just see
the rest of my life.
Just see Bruce Wayne going meow like this,
like on his back with his ass in the air, and everybody's like, "Why is he posed like that?" And I'm like, "To sell copies, people."
He's a bat. He's sleeping.
Hello.
Oh, there you go.
I'm guaranteed that copy is going to sell out.
There it was.
Can you imagine? That's like one half of the community is like standing up applauding. The other half is like, oh my god, what did they do to him?
Well, we all know that Batman's a selfish lover, so I mean, why not? It's his punishment.
Yeah, but if you've seen
just can't say no.
If you saw Batman Damned, you know why he's a selfish lover. I mean, it's understandable.
So, JR, so what's Phantasm doing in the story with Batman and Catwoman?
So, I'm trying to remember exactly what it is. I want to say Phantasm is not who we think, because obviously the Phantasm is a different character.
from the animation.
Yeah, it's a different character picking up the mantle
Okay.
of the Phantasm. I don't remember what issue it is. It's been a while since this came out.
This is
Isn't it? There. Wait, you're not doing spoilers here. Or I was going to say.
You can spoil if you want.
I was going to say. I thought it was her daughter, right? That's picking up the mantle.
I think it's her daughter that.
Yeah.
Because remember,
Oh.
this is an alternate universe,
There you go.
and this is like their
here.
kids, like
Andrea.
Andrea Beaumont. But I thought it was
Beaumont,
still
sorry.
like another Huntress, like when they got older or something. I forget exactly. It's been a while since I read the last issue, like I said.
I would just chase it just because of that Jim Lee cover. I mean, I'm a Jim Lee fan.
Yeah.
I would just pick up the cover just because Jim Lee drew it.
If I'm not
a big
mistaken,
fan of that
isn't there-
Jim Lee one though.
there's a Virgin cover, right, for the Phantasm one.
And
I
then,
don't know. I didn't see it on the list.
If I remember correctly, there's not too many Jim Lee art with Bruce Wayne without the mask, you know?
Maybe.
That's true.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
So
All
what do we
right,
got
and
next, folks?
Up next, we have David's pick of the week.
Whoa.
Whoa. What do you got going on, David?
Yeah, it's this from the handsomest of creative teams comes Killer Queens, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
This is my book coming out this week, Killer Queens, and I was pitching it at Free Comic Book Day. Basically, all LGBTQ creative team comes together to make what I call Guardians of the Galaxy, keeping the theme with the big two. So somebody else said
Love it.
a long time ago in a galaxy far, far gay. And I like that
Wow.
as well. That was dope. We got 4. So it's basically a big, fun sci-fi romp. If you like Guardians of the Galaxy, if you like the Marvel stuff that's kind of on the funnier side, if you like Suicide Squad, it's not quite as violent as that. And I'm not going to spoil the new movie, but I just watched it last night, and we don't make you care about the bad guy and then kill them. But that is a spoiler, so sorry, everybody. We got 4 covers coming out. We got the Claudia Balboni and Harry Saxton cover A.
Mhm.
We've got on your screen is cover C by the wonderful Jen Bartel.
Yeah.
We've got I love this cover because I'm such a huge Don Bluth Dragon's Lair Space
Oh,
Ace
hell yeah.
fan.
Oh, yeah.
So the Chris Abels cover. And then we've got Things from Another World store exclusive by Yoshitani right there on the screen.
With the
And-
photographs.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the photo booth.
That almost reminds me of like a Tu Wong Fu. Thank you for everything, Julie Newmar.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, you're right.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
It's
totally.
kind of that feel to it.
So it's fun to see. We slung a lot of early copies at Free Comic Book Day yesterday. And it's fun to see everybody's reaction to the covers in person, because I think Jen Bartel gets a lot of buzz online. And when people are there in person, they're gravitating towards sort of all of them equally, which I thought was really interesting. Comes out on Wednesday. And it's my pick of the week, surprising no one.
Yeah.
Hey, David, you have one of the herd chat. M Detox 4 said he met you this weekend at Nowhere, and he got some signed
Oh.
copies from you.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. It was great. I was at Nowhere Games and Comics in San Marcos, and we had a lot of people come through and sold a lot of those early copies. So
That's awesome.
eBay will be flooded tomorrow. I don't know.
Yeah.
You guys will like this. Very colorful, very vivid, and it's
Oh,
an
hell yeah.
amazing story, guys. We loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just add that my inspiration was to bring sort of a 21st century sensibility with the LGBTQ angle, but infuse it with that retrofuturism from the 40s and 50s, those popular mechanics and popular science, vintage covers. It's what people from mid 20th century thought 1990 was going to look like, and they were way off. But I just freaking love that. I just love that style so much. So just pulled that all in for this.
Yesterday's future. That's what usually we would call it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's yesterday's future.
Yeah.
Nice.
Flash Gordon.
That-
Cool.
That photograph one just keeps giving and giving. I just realized it's a condom packet that's open.
Oh yeah, and then if you look at the photograph,
and he's
So
giving a
it's-
blowjob in the
Yeah.
or
Got the-
mock
Yeah, I was
blowjob.
about to say, I just
She's-
noticed
she's
that.
doing it.
Yeah.
She's doing it. And
That's
then,
so awesome.
And then their boss, the fluffy monkey with the jetpack, comes in and crashes the party. So
The floppy monkey.
Damn, Jared, your
Yeah.
eyes are
Big
good
time.
today, huh?
Yeah,
So David, I think for Things of Another World was that the limited to 500 or 1,000?
it's 1,200,
1,200. Okay.
and it's the only exclusive cover for this print run. So if we go to a second printing or whatever, there might be more covers for that, but they're only that's the only exclusive cover. So if you got collectors out there who are looking to pick this up, I would say grab that cover. That's the limited one. Believe it or not, the B and C covers were a little bit under ordered. So I would say, I mean, pick them all up, right? You got to catch them all,
That's
That's
right.
it. Like Pokemon.
like Pokemon.
Thank you very much, David.
Sure.
And now we have Jeff's pick of the week.
Yeah, so I picked Kang the Conqueror. It's kind of an obvious choice because of what happened in Loki. It's going to be another, I guess, retelling of his origin, but I think it's also going to show us why he's connected so much within all the timelines and why his storyline keeps coming up over and over and over. Hopefully, we'll find out exactly why. And I believe it's written by Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly. And this is the main cover on the left, and then you got the Scotty Young on the right. I mean, that just reminds me of like Marvin the Martian.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, that's so dope.
Or some
And
other
then-
little knight that we know, right?
Yeah, him too.
I did not want to mention his name. He who shall not be named.
Very good.
And then I got two more covers. We got the Gleason on the left, the Stormbreakers, and then you got the Momoko on the right. So
Yeah, so this is the book that launched 1,000 covers, huh? I've seen a ton of covers for this book.
Yeah,
no,
man. They're rolling deep with Kang.
Yeah, man,
A
he's
lot
hot right now.
yeah, old covers are going off the shelves and off the bins. So
So all we know about the synopsis is just that it's more of a retelling of his origin story. Nothing
kind of, but I bet they're gonna retcon some stuff, or they're gonna tell us more stuff.
Mhm.
Is it really retconning when he has like 20 different origins?
Right. I guess they're just telling another version of his origin. Another,
He's almost like the DC Marvel's version of the Joker. So many different origins and shit.
Like, they're going to want to make this thing fit their MCU world, right? So
Yeah.
it's like
Yes.
we already have a view of Kang with Loki, so they're going to try to shoehorn this character into that.
Here's a ton of money. Can you just retell the story again for us? Thank you.
Yes, right?
exactly.
Right there.
Oh
Right
my
there.
god! If they came
Yes,
to
sir.
me, I'd be like, "Yeah, give me more money, and I'll be less creative." Why not?
Oh, man.
Jesus Christ.
I'm actually you're not going to be able to avoid me because I'm actually I'm doing a co-signing with Jackson at Collector's Paradise on Wednesday for Kang, and I'm going to be behind him just throwing copies of Killer Queens at people. Like, you like space, you like comics.
Please place a sticker on his back,
Yes.
Like,
right in the forehead.
you think I'm going to be subtle? Guys, you know me. I'm not going to be subtle. He's going to be like covered in them. Poor Jackson. Poor Jackson.
So where are you guys going to be again on Wednesday?
We're going to be at Collector's Paradise in Pasadena, to Southern California.
Cool.
And I believe Colin Kelly is going to be at the North Hollywood Collector's Paradise, also signing Kang, because I think they wrote it together.
So Winnetka doesn't get any love, David, or I'm gonna have to look up. I'm gonna have to call Nick.
Who? Where?
Oh,
What?
oh my God, that hurts.
I had to waze that when I went up there. Yeah. It's like, where is that? Do I have to drive up to San Francisco or something? I don't know.
Well, JR's getting a bear named after him, so I mean that's good.
Yeah.
That's
Nobody is escaping this podcast, guys. This show tonight.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, and then Jeff, this is your cover of the week.
Yeah, so this is the Natisse cover. These covers are really cool. They're really lifelike, and I'm a sucker for Baby Groot.
Oh yeah.
So,
Like I said, Marvel's trying to sucker you in with these Marvel gaming covers. F you, Marvel. I'm not doing
yeah, I know the Momokos, the Inhyuk Lees. Oh, they're killing me.
Yeah, it's badass. It's a badass
They're
cover.
killing
I mean,
Wally.
the
Yeah,
good thing, it's cover price. It's an
Yeah.
open order. It's nothing special. So, in that case, so I mean, might as well just get it.
Yeah, if you're like a collector, right? You want to pull a whole sin. That's where the price adds up when you put 20 books together. And so it's like, yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. This cover makes me want to have like a Kanto and Groot miniseries.
Oh man.
I can just see that working together.
They would be best friends.
That's all they would do is just hold hands and like skip around the forest.
Just
right underneath
encounter-
the ogre's legs.
Yeah, and
I
look
know,
for the
they didn't
shrouded
count
man
it.
and just smite him.
What-
They'd encounter like a path that has a huge sign that says "This way to this adventure," and like a cave this way, and they just skip past. They just enjoying this, being together, right?
As
And
flowers
what's
are
that?
growing
What's
as they
that
go
one
by.
song for the montage all the time? There's that one like buddy song you always hear when two people get together, like let's best friends forever or something like that. I forget what it's called.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I don't know.
Well, no, there's one song. Every time you see a montage of two people
Oh.
together, it's the same song they use.
I mean, I just think Step Brothers and we're the three. No, that's freaking not three Step Brothers.
That's a whole different movie, bro.
Yeah, it is. And can you fill me into the movie though? You gotta leave me hanging, you know?
Oh,
Damn.
No, we'll let you hang.
Oh,
they
damn.
said, "Why do
Right.
birds
Hangover?
suddenly appear?"
Yeah.
Yes.
So happy together. Why not
That's
do
the
that?
one. That's the
That's the
one.
song I'm
I
thinking of.
can't see. Me.
All right.
Cool.
And up next we got dun, dun, dun,
All
Steve.
right, y'all. I got another horror book for Boom. You got the writer Sarah Gailey. You got art done by Plus Block. This is a story about an unspeakable horror. You got a boyfriend that is meeting his girlfriend, and he's gonna go, and she's gonna go on a weekend getaway with them and meet the family. They find out that they're eating the rich, and there's dire straits, and they're trying to get gone. They're trying to get loose. They're trying to get away. And you know, with Boom and horror, man, I think they get a good niche with Basilisk, because Basilisk has been great. This has already had, like, I look at the Midway or Midtown shelves, and as far as like the online orders, and some of these covers have been flying and they're gone. I know this cover right here is gone, but I'm super ready to read this, man. I've been on a horror kick, so that's all I've been picking up. And I pick up little things here and there, but horror is my jam, man. So this, for me, I'm ready for it.
I think I read somewhere that it's like Get Out, but with class instead
Okay.
of race.
Ooh,
That's
Yes.
what I was gonna say.
So flipping that on its head. So
interesting.
I can't wait for that. I'm gonna take a read.
Yeah, it's an interesting title, so that right there catches your attention, right? So
And the covers look great. I mean, that yellow pops on that cover.
Yeah.
When I read the synopsis, I was in. But you got a 1 in 10 Della Duco, and then you got a 1 in 25, and then you got the Frizen covers as well. You got 1 in 25 Frizen and then 1 in 50.
wow, that's the Frizen on the left.
Yeah, man.
Yep, that is awesome.
Yeah,
They have
So
a 1 in
great.
50s foil, and
that's
this
a 1 in
25.
1 in 20.
This
That's a $100 book, easy.
beautiful, man. She killed it.
Yeah,
She hit it out of the park, man. Oh, here's a good song to play with this.
my old
hello,
friend.
hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yeah,
I
this
still like
will get
the-
option for sure.
I still like
Oh my
the
God.
steak one that they had. I forgot who had the exclusive for it. But it
Oh
was
yeah.
the cut of steak they had.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, it's pretty,
Interesting.
I mean, this looks great. The covers look great. The synopsis, and I like that comparison that David brought up. I like it. Like, I'm sold.
I can't
It's
wait.
very timely, also. I feel like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very much so. Yeah, I agree. Cool.
All right, and then we have Steve's cover of the week.
Oh, my cover of the week is another Aftershock title, God of the Tremors. And when I saw this, man, this just kind of really jumped at me. Again, another horror kick. I want to read this. It's a one shot, guys, so you don't really have to get several issues. And I'm all for the one shots with like Source Point and Aftershock as well. They've been killing it. I mean, you got We Live, you got you got so many titles that Aftershock has produced that I just can't stop buying them. You know, I'm trying to go with the Justin route and only do 3, but I'm like, can't be done.
So why is this the cover of the week? Is it the how the hands are sticking out, or
Yeah, man.
What captured your eye?
Just the horror in it, you know, the
Okay.
horror in it. The guy's running out of the force, and it just shot out to me, man. I was like, this I like this cover. I like the colors, you know. I like the red tones in it.
That guy's
Yeah.
having a very bad trip.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. He might have had some shrooms in the forest or something like that.
And I this cover jumped out at me too when I saw it in the solicits, and I'm interested in the story, but I think a great cover tells a little story in itself, and this cover tells you the story about a man who is completely, overwhelmed and over his head, and you automatically have the question, how is he going to survive this? And I think that this cover does a really good job with like luring you in to find out what the story is. And a one shot, like you said, one shots are great because how many of us pick up number ones and then just wait for the trade?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
Well, even that logo is pretty cool. I mean, they did a really good job on that logo. Sometimes you get some really bad logos, but
Yeah.
I like the tree in the
I
center.
mean, part of me is like, it takes up a third of the cover, and you kind of want more art, but that's okay.
Yeah, you kind of want a virgin cover.
They went with the Metallica font.
Oh yeah, that would have been dope.
Yeah.
Very nice, sir.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Yep. All right, here we go. Big Rob.
All right. This is Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters issue 3 by the writer Charles Soule, the Star Wars famed writer, and artist Luke Ross, colorist Nigel Manon, and letterer Travis Lanham, and an army of variant artists. So basically, this is where issue 3 into this. This is the main title for War of Bounty Hunters, and we're at the point where Vader and the Empire enter the picture, interrupted the auction of Han Solo's carbonite that was stolen by the Queen of Dragons. I forget her name, Kira. And everybody's there to buy it, but Vader wants it bad, and looks like Jabba the Hutt and his scum and villainies are up to the task to say no to Vader. So we see what happens in this book. That's the main premise, and how Boba Fett fits in this picture because he's the one that got jacked for Han Solo and the carbonite. So is he going to go with Vader, or is he going to go with the Hutts? So we'll find out. And there's a lot of beautiful covers on this book. That right here is the cover A, and the wanted fugitive poster variant that's been across the series, and also 1 in 25 trade card variant of IG88, and that 1 in 50, I believe, with the Dr. Ephraim both on the cover, that brightly red cover. That's pretty. I like that red on there.
Yeah, it's a good cover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not sure who the artist is on. I forget. I could probably find out real quick, but I love that cover. No, Shelby. That's the last name.
Pizza the Hut.
And
his Schwartz is big as mine.
Yeah.
Pizza the Hut's gonna win. We'll see.
Just
But
imagine that would be awesome.
so this. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say. So, Big Rob, is this the one where Vader and Boba Fett are gonna go at it? Because they're kind of alluding to it, right?
Yeah. So the big question, we don't know, right? If Boba Fett is going to, go once. I guess we do, because in Return of the Jedi, he is with Jabba the Hutt. So I'm assuming there can be some entanglement with him and the Empire, and that he would not be on the good graces of the Empire going forward with him this book. So yeah, I'm definitely excited. This is such a big, overarching story that's across so many issues. This will be a great omnibus in the future, I think. People to read it all in one sitting. So definitely looking forward to that when that happens.
Yeah, that 1 of 50 is going to be real expensive.
Yeah, well, you know what? To be honest, I think not, because they've been. I think Midtown might have had it for like 35.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, 35, $40.
Oh,
So
missed out. 'Cause
yeah, yeah.
I like. Is that the first cover with Fett and Afra?
And the cover, you
I
might be
don't-
right.
No, I don't
so.
think so.
No.
No, I think they were on a regular cover.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
then
think
it's still
she
a
was
little bit
surprised
off.
that she was standing next to him.
On the War of the Bounty Hunters, yeah, possibly. There's so many covers in this story.
Yeah.
It's like I lose track, but yeah,
Had to stop.
I wouldn't surprise me. So, and we still got like 2 months to go,
Oh my god.
and like 20 books more. So it's this story is long and crazy. Disney is getting a check from me every month. That's for sure.
Well, I mean, they're basically trying to tie up all the loose ends
Mhm.
leading into Return of the Jedi.
Yeah,
Then they're going to relaunch Star Wars and Vader and Afra after the fact. They'll be doing whatever after Return of the Jedi.
reboot, huh?
Well, that's what they did at the last one.
Uh,
They rebooted everything after everything got up to Empire. Then they stopped and went, okay, Empire happened, and then rebooted.
I gotta get a second job for Star Wars books, bro.
Cool.
All right, that's it for me.
All right, thank you. And our Captain Obvious pick of the week. I mean, here it is.
Twice.
Killer Queens.
There we
Love it,
go.
guys.
Yeah. Well, I think we said
A,
we
B,
said-
C, and D.
we said our piece on it. So I guess I'll just say I encourage everybody to go pick up a copy. It is, I know I talk about it, it's like super, pink and scented and LGBTQ friendly, and just I talk about it being super gay, but it's actually a very, I think, a broadly appealing book if you
Oh, yeah.
like space capers. It's sort of like these are who the characters are, and let's go on a fun adventure with them. So I encourage everybody to give it a shot.
I
Yeah,
definitely
what's up,
felt
bro?
when I read it, it didn't. No, I mean, you can read it and not know anything about the LGBTQ community. Sorry.
Wait,
Can't
you read it?
speak. Yes.
He just
There's
looked
a
at the picture.
Huh?
there's a Family Guy episode last night that Brian was trying to get the letters right for.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's a lot of
Nope.
letters.
Nope.
But
Gotcha.
it's LGBTQT.
Yeah. No,
You got them all in there. You got them in there. So
Yeah, there you
Okay.
go.
Anyways, it adds to. You could read the story and not know anything about that, and it's a great story. If you know anything about the community, it adds that extra layer to it and makes it an even better story. So enjoy it. It's a great book. I can't wait for the next issue. The only problem is I've been waiting about 3 months, it feels like, for issue 2.
I have to agree with JR. I mean, it's a fun book. I mean, if you like comedy, I mean, that's exactly what this is. It's a lot of tongue in cheek. And it's again to JR's point. It's just a fun read, and it's super quick, and it makes you want more. I know when I read it, I was like, "Where's the second issue?"
Yeah.
It's like I was like, David, why didn't we get a second issue?
I think it's fun. It's going to be fun too, and it's all cool. It's just 4 issues. It's just a mini series, and it's gonna, when it gets collected and you read all 4 together, it's going to be so fun because where we end in the adventure's great, and where we end in the last issue, I think is so satisfying in such a fun way that it'll be fun to see people read it, in one sitting versus waiting month to month. Question Eric the Phoenix asked: is that a Conan the Barbarian cover
Homage, yeah.
It is, and it's like we gender swapped it, the Boris Vallejo sort of style from Conan.
Yep.
And then you might recognize the pose from the original movie poster for National Lampoon's Vacation.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
That's right.
That's so awesome.
I wanted to play with like gender especially with the comics back from the 40s and 50s, where you always have the busty damsel in distress, and you have
Mhm.
collectors who just literally collect bondage covers
Yep.
Yep.
it up. They, and I wanted to flip that on its head. And I don't know if in this run we got it, but in the next run, I definitely want to do like Max in bondage with like his clothes in tatters, and he's just like the damsel in distress. And Alex is the one who comes in, is like the heroic type, just saving him.
Always tied to some kind of device.
And it,
Yeah, is
and-
that like
love
the
it.
henchotters are like experimenting on him or something?
Yes, yes. Oh, and David too. Don't you? Let me highlight you. You got something going on. Hold on one second. Let me go and move you up.
Yeah,
What?
damn you, David, because I'm a cover whore, and I'm probably gonna end up with every single cover.
you got to get that Gem Bartel.
There we go. So David, you have something special for our live chat today, don't you?
Oh yeah, I was like, what? Am I in trouble? Yeah. So this is the time. This was my cue, and I totally missed it. So today, for everybody who's in the chat, you get a chance to win a giveaway that we're doing, which is all 3 Killer Queens covers signed by me. And
Lucky.
Oh,
We're gonna
man. Can
add
I be
a
in the
little
group chat?
So, thank God we were waiting for that. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even know who said that. We got some swag to go along with it. So these are stickers. I got a little fun
cool.
stickers.
That's awesome.
I write another little indie book, and we did some pride stickers for that. So you got a sticker for this little guy, Marvin the Martian with armor, Kanto. And then I'm going to throw in a bookmark. This is from Kanto Lionhearted, Kanto 3, Lionhearted #1. And you get a little bookmark for you. So yeah,
Nice.
we're going to give it away, the signed copies, to one lucky person in the chat. So thanks for everybody for coming by to join us in the mass chaos that is the show, right?
I joined the herd too early here.
Thanks a lot, David.
What's that?
Just so everybody knows, I have been taking everybody's name down. As soon as you guys popped in and commented in the live chat. At the very end, we're going to be doing the Wheel of Fortune to see who gets these awesome giveaways that David's providing us. This is awesome. Thank you, David.
Thank you, David.
Oh.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
Yeah.
I will shill this book until the day I die, and then I'll etch it into my tombstone, right?
Well,
Nice.
it is a passion project for you, right?
Yeah. So I get the question. We might have even talked about this, but I get the question a lot about like Killer Queens is so different from Kanto. What is sort of the through line to it? And I just tell stories that I love and I'm passionate about. And Killer Queens came up 2-3 years ago, probably more than that, 3 or 4 years ago, and I thought of it. And I just thought, these are characters that I love and I want to follow and I want to have fun and I don't want to worry too much about seriousness of Kanto and all the really deep world building that we do. There's world building in Killer Queens, but it's kind of a relief to be able to just see how fun and far I can push these characters into these situations and just have a good time with it. So that's really where it ended up coming from. Is every book that I do, it's just I'm so passionate about the characters and the story that's why I want to do it. And you'll see as stuff comes along, more series and things, very different genres and things, but it's all just stories that I love and I really want to tell.
Yeah, and I know you mentioned earlier also, or past interviews, you're doing a Firefly, and I can't wait for that one to come out too.
Yeah,
That's going to be amazing.
These are not props over my head. I don't know if anybody can see that. That's just
Brother
my
Rudy.
shelf of Firefly.
Yeah.
So yeah, end of September, it's going to be a Firefly oversized one shot, telling a Simon and River story.
Yes.
And I'm such an enormous Firefly fan. I love it so much. So
Yeah, I'm looking very much forward to that.
Ditto.
it's fun. It looks great. There's Christian Ward and oh gosh, of course I forget the other Adam Gorham covers. And there's a
Nice.
few and there's a few variant ratio covers and that sort of thing. So there's a foil cover. I never had a foil. I think we had one Kanto foil cover, which would be kind of cool to have.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I would get it.
Oh, speaking of Kanto covers, I think most of us got your what was it? Was it San Diego Comic Con exclusive? The Never Ending Story
Oh yeah.
cover.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We all
yeah.
had
We
to
all
pick up
got-
that.
Did
Not
you
all
get
of
it?
us.
Yeah,
Did you
Yeah.
guys-
I think we all got it. Yeah.
hmm
Good. I got some copies for myself too. You got to be your own biggest fan. I bought
that's-
tons of these.
Yes,
copies,
sir.
too.
That is so true. That's so true.
If
All
I
right.
wrote a book, I'd have hundreds of copies.
You'd buy them all and then go on eBay.
Sign them all.
Well, I know. So I do too. And a little behind the scenes hack for anybody who's a comic creator out there with creator-owned books. I actually go through a retailer and buy extra copies of every cover of every book that I do, because one, it gives me extra copies just to have for shows and everything, and two, when you order through a retailer, it bumps your diamond numbers, your order numbers, and that's what faces out to the world. So if you're gonna get extra copies, I know it's always nice to get them from the publisher with the little, the discount that you get, but find a retailer that will give you a discount too, and then you can actually add to your sales numbers.
Nice.
There you go.
It's a little creator hack for you.
Oh,
Awesome.
okay.
And you can write that off for advertising.
Totally. And you know what?
You.
You totally can. And then at $2 a pop, if that's what your cost is for single issues like Killer Queens, I can give copies away, get people to get on board. When I'm at shows or whatnot, and just get people to try it. And it's $2 for marketing, and you'll get a lot of people to read it and come on board either then or for the trade or what at some point.
Oh hell yeah.
I can't wait.
Cool.
All right. Moving on to catching up with the herd. So hopefully you guys had a chance this weekend to catch up with the Bad Batch, and as we know, this is the last episode for season 1. Well, what did you guys think about this series and this show?
Well, I don't know. For me, this episode, it was like ends with a whimper, but it's just kind of we could say it's lays the groundwork for next season. Yeah, I get the impression like that this whole first season was really just the first big episode for the really long, continuous story that Dave Filoni wants to tell on these characters. That's the impression I get.
Well, it seemed like this whole season, the thread that goes through it all was Camino.
Mm-hmm.
And he just kind of wanted to show, hey, here's Camino, here's what ends up happening to Camino, and this is why it's no longer around 30, 40 years later. And kind of makes so they have nowhere to go.
This also feels like the finale of the Clone Wars, right?
Yeah.
Like this is there's a last bit that's left, the remnants, and it's smart too because they're the people who could probably build an army to fight the Empire.
Right. But like David, isn't it kind of a trope sometimes where you take away their home and it makes it so they have to become nomadic, and you can develop skills out of that or characteristics out of those characters. I mean, isn't that kind of a normal thing?
I think so, and it's it's all about execution, right?
Right.
It's like there's no new premises, there's no new stories, so you just got to do the premise that exists out there in the best way possible. I mean, I think it's a good idea. I don't know. To confess, I have not watched The Bad Batch. I've watched The Mandalorian, and that's I've got deadlines and all sorts of things, and so I would love to see The Bad Batch, and it got renewed for a second season.
Yep.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Is it going to end at 2 seasons, or are they talking about more?
They haven't described any like ending to this. I get the impression this might be more of a long-term project that will keep on going more than 2 seasons.
Yeah,
So,
I can see 3 to 5 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking like 5 to 6, somewhere in there.
That would be awesome, man. Because to Big Rob's point, they left it on a cliffhanger, not a cliffhanger, but a sobby moment. And there you have Crosshairs in thought, dude. But he repaid that favor for a favor, man. That was dope to see as well. The inner struggle between the team and um, him still standing, his ground and saying like, I'm still. It doesn't change anything. So I mean, I thought this was an amazing way to close it out. I can't wait for
Yep.
the next season. But we gotta wait.
So, am I the only one who believes that they are pushing the storyline that eventually he comes around? Because it just feels like they're foretelling that. They're foreshadowing that.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely they're showing glimmers of he's not as bad as irredeemable
Okay,
as he makes himself to be.
which
I
is
think
all
they-
of Star Wars.
Right. I
Yeah,
think
it
they're
was just-
definitely he's going to be one that's kind of outsider. I don't think he'll ever join the team, but I think he'll not necessarily be an opponent of the team.
Hey, JR, don't you get the impression that next season we might see Scar?
I could see that.
I'm
And
beginning to believe that.
I think we're going to see in the next season, we'll probably see like some Huts, maybe the start of Jabba.
Yeah.
I could see like some young Jabba.
I mean, I'm available if they want to tell the origin of pizza.
Pizza the Hut.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Oh my god, dude, I love that movie.
Good. They're such a badass group. I could see the Empire building up their own special group, and that's where you get Scar.
I wish Mel Brooks would
Yeah.
do a sequel.
Yeah.
Oh,
Want the
God,
show, the
no.
Netflix show, Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Mel Brooks
television
is
show.
in his 90s, man. I think Mel's done.
So his son is a great writer in himself.
Oh yeah, dude.
Max
Come back
Brooks?
here, you fat bearded bitch. I want another one of those.
Don't call me that.
Oh, never.
Do not call me that on TV.
Only in
Whatever,
private,
uh,
sir. Only in private.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh,
Wow, you
No,
found the
never
sore
that.
spot. I love it. For JR.
that's great.
What's going on, Lucy? How's it going? Mama Comic in the house.
That's right.
What
Hearing
do you
your
got
mind.
next, sir?
All right. What did you guys think of the first episode of What If?
Brilliant.
Captain Carter.
Really
Amazing.
amazing.
I like
Art is spectacular.
Yes.
I was really shocked that was not Chris Evans doing the voice of Rogers.
Yeah, one of
Yeah.
the few guys that did not show up from the original, MCU. Everybody else was there.
So did you hear about this, David? I mean, I know you
Yeah,
don't
I-
watch a lot of TV, but
Yeah, no, and I haven't caught it yet, but I will say that I think it's just fascinating how Disney is mixing live action and animation, both for Marvel and for Star Wars, to get that content out there on Disney Plus. And it's such a smart move that they can put out Loki, and they can put out WandaVision and Falcon Winter Soldier, and they can do What If at the same time, including during the pandemic where it's easier to do animation because you can do it remotely.
Right.
Just to see I mean, it kind of works against somebody like me with limited time to actually watch all these things, but it's really cool to see that mix of content between the animated and live action. So you kind of have so much out there in these two big franchises to, enjoy. And What If is something that I definitely want to check out.
I was thinking, it sucks for DC because the one thing DC had over Marvel was
I was just gonna
animation,
bring that up.
and Marvel
Yeah.
just literally just took it out of their hands and give me that bitch. It's mine now. It's like,
well,
damn.
I mean, you got to
Yeah.
think Marvel's finally got. I mean, they're the House of Mickey. I mean, Disney's got Pixar. They've
Disney
been known.
Animation.
They built their thing on animation.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think at some point they got to go. Yeah, you Marvel animators suck. We're gonna like put you guys aside and get new guys in here
Yeah.
out of the House of Mouse and do it.
They totally look like Disney Animation Studio characters. Like you could tell they could have been in any Disney animation, just the way they were drawn, their faces, their expressions, or the way they articulate their words and stuff. It's dope.
Yeah,
I
man.
I
Yeah.
think I'm not gonna go as far as saying they just snatched the animation trophy away from DC.
It's over, Jeff.
Let
Let go.
I
But
really
it's-
love DC animation,
Telekinetic Age. What's up,
but
bro?
but the Marvel stepping up the game. They are creating their own new animation house for Marvel, and it's just amazing what they're doing. Just like David said, they're using different mediums and connecting all of it. Like no one thought that they could connect movies and television, right? And they're doing that seamlessly right now. And now you add in animation. I mean, goodness, they broke down almost every wall that there used to be for entertainment on visually. So it's amazing what Feige's doing. He is the producer of like the century because he's made so many billions of dollars already. He's broken every record probably in the industry. So
and I would say that it all stems back to one decision that he made however many years ago,
Robert
which
Downey
was
Jr.
yeah,
casting Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. And it's just from there, there's a lot of strategic decisions that he did along the way to create this universe. And I'm just thinking, I'm looking at this what if graphic right now, and I'm just thinking, imagine a world where DC is the DCEU is, it's reversed, or DC made the same level as Marvel, and this is like the Suicide Squad animated TV show to go along with the Wonder Woman movie and the Justice League movies and sequels and live action TV shows and the Shazam live action TV show where you're following those Shazam characters along, and it's just that it's possible, and there's even a blueprint there, and just I don't know. As I say,
take your pride
never,
away and follow it.
Yes. They never asked me, so what do I know, right?
And
I mean, my look at it would be like, I can make money if I do it the Marvel way. Okay, I'm gonna make money. I like money.
Money's green.
One deep dive, Jaren, guys. Is that octopus character that's Suma Garath?
No. So I think they confirmed it's the same entity that was in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Oh, that big giant monster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. He had a little too many sandwiches.
You loaded up.
He was hitting you with that book.
I was gonna say Kurt Russell, but I couldn't.
Yeah, that's
think
the one I was thinking of.
Oh my god.
Chris Pratt was a better answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You nailed it.
Out of the park.
Pause.
Sorry,
All right.
Chris, if you're listening.
But
He drops
I-
into the comments. He's like, I'm taking notes, guys.
Yeah.
I will say one thing to Jeff's thing about it's moving seamlessly. We've only had Black Widow that really was kind of out of continuity. So I mean, I want to see
kind
after
of.
Shang-Chi. I want to see how that happens and the ramification of that movie with the next show. Because right now it's been they're working great. They're all well done, but nothing has impacted the other really yet. That gets, if you know what I mean.
One quick question about Shang-Chi is off topic, but do we think that's going to tank because of the just theater only option?
What'd you say?
I heard they're not gonna. It's not gonna be theater only.
No,
I
it
heard
is
they
theater
came
only.
back- I heard they came back and changed that, like in the last couple
Yeah.
days.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
didn't Black Widow do like
Yo, boy.
what did they do? What did it do?
60 million in on Disney Plus, and I believe
I think it was another 60.
80 million, 70 million at the theater.
Overall, I made it 350 or 400. But the
Right.
Black Widow came out that window where we're still we were feeling safe with
Right.
COVID, and now I think the ball game's changed with that. I think with the Delta variant,
Delta?
it's gonna be different for Shang-Chi, I believe, and Eternals in
Even-
November.
Even that though, $60 million on Disney Plus from people who have to subscribe to it and then pay the premium on top of it.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, I don't know how any executive looks at that and says that, we'll do theater only now moving forward. It's just, it's
Yeah.
too lucrative for them. And
I
then
agree.
I think
So, I
the
don't know what they'll
theater
do.
only option was knee jerk to the whole getting sued by
I
Scarlett
don't.
Johansson.
I don't know. They've said it's always been theater only, but I don't. I don't know. I haven't seen the story that they've changed their mind. If there is, then I.
What they need to
It
do
makes
is
sense. I can't argue it.
what they need to do is what Warner Brothers did: pay the producers, pay the lead actors, make sure they get that extra
Yep.
pay. They're going to miss out from the ticket sales,
Just
and
renegotiate.
that's what Warner Brothers did, and everybody was happy and move on. They should have done that. They messed up with Black Widow. They should have done that from the beginning. They learned their lesson, and they'll probably do that going forward.
How about this suggestion? How about reaching out to the 4,000 movie theaters that are going to show a movie like Black Widow, and I don't know, printing an exclusive Black Widow comic that's only available if you go to the theater on the opening weekend. You get people in the seats because they want to get this comic book, and I don't know if they know people who make comic books or what, but I bet they could make that happen.
Well,
I bet they could make that happen.
AMC is doing that. AMC did that with Black Widow and Suicide Squad. I know that's
For IMAX, I thought though.
But wait, like
Yeah, IMAX only.
I am
Yeah,
like
I didn't hear about it.
steeped in this pop culture, online social media, and I never heard anything about it. So
Yeah,
they've got to button that up, get the comics out there, and then advertise and say,
Yeah.
kids, you can get an action figure, you can get a. I think they know people who can make toys
Yeah,
Half-
and comic books
Hasbro's on
and
the phone.
movies
Yeah.
and TV shows. I don't know.
Or what they could do is go, hey, if you go see it in the theater, we'll give you a code to get Disney Plus for a month for free or something. Which then you hook them back to the crack.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, you
But-
took him back to the
Yeah, that's very Walt
But-
Disney.
How about how about they put the tag only on Disney
I need
Plus?
that shirt.
Yeah, dude. Let's make that a shirt.
The post-credit scene.
yeah.
Put that
There
out
you go.
only on Disney Plus. So the only way you can see it is if you
Oh
go to Disney
my
Plus.
God, that'll
So-
be a revolution, man.
So I
It would
just
be a
looked
riot.
up.
Riot.
I just looked up, and what I saw was they did announce something like 3 days ago. They cut the window for how long until it'll be on Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, it's 45
It's-
days.
45 days is what.
Yeah,
they
the
did.
usual window is 90 days for a theater to hold a movie. All renegotiated for 45 days. I think even there's other production companies did the same with the theater. So it's all going to online. So the streaming services.
Chair. Somebody said, "I'll come back to the crack." I didn't even hear it.
I did.
Yes, he did.
JR's,
We need to show-
JR's pedaling over here.
That's the new Nerd Herd tagline.
So it is like a drug. We're all addicts, man.
But I mean, really, if you
That's the
get
truth.
people to
I'm
get
shaking over
give
here.
them a free month of Disney Plus, they feel they got something extra for going to see it in theaters, and then you're basically, it's kind of like the old saying is, the first hit's free. So
Seconds
that's
on me.
I'll tell you what, they can actually do a month free of Disney Plus every time you go to a movie. So just release 12 movies a year, get people going
Well-
to 12 movies in the theaters, and you get free Disney Plus.
Well, they do, right? They do release like 12 plus. So yeah, there you go. You get a free year of Disney Plus. It'd be worth it.
Disney hack right there by David Booher.
Well, 'cause
See
it's
that
like
ideas, yo.
$12, right? $12 a month for streaming, and it costs like $20 now to go to the movies. So
yeah.
Oh, that's not the Disney style. It's just gonna give you 1 month.
What's up, Dylan?
you got to go to 12 movies, and finally you've collected the code
For
together
1 month.
For 1 month.
All right. Let's
All
move on.
right, going to the comic book covers for this week. They came out of Unknown, KRS, some MegaCon exclusives, Frankie's, Comic Mint. What do you guys think? Which one's your favorite?
Oh man,
I really like that X-23 Wolverine. I don't know
Yeah.
why, but I really like that one.
that's that David
Good
Nakayama
DNA.
over at
Yeah.
over at Unknown and Street Level Hero.
And I like the Magneto homage to the old video game one.
Yeah, that caught my eye
Yeah,
immediately
dude.
when you put
Yes.
this. Yeah. Which video game? The arcade one?
I believe it's the arcade.
Okay.
I remember seeing it and they compared it. It's not exactly the same positioning.
Oh, okay.
That's what it's supposed to be, is homage to that.
Homage.
So that Spider-Man 1 homage, that's the new suit for Miles Morales, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
That's
Wait.
mad hip hop, yo. Come on.
And just as an FYI, if you're
Scarlet Spider.
chasing Miles's new costume, he actually debuted it in this week's issue.
Yes.
So Miles Morales Spider-Man number 29, I believe. It's on the last page, so make sure you pick that up if you're the kind of people that pick up costume changes.
You mean Scarlet Spider?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You mean Kane?
Exactly.
Ben Riley.
Damn, slaying them right now
Scarlet
Just so
Spider.
you know, David, that is not Jabba the Hutt up there in the top.
with a
No,
ponytail.
That's not.
No, we
Jabba
all
Pizza.
know. We all know who it is.
It's Steve, right?
It's
Yeah,
pizza.
dude, on a
Who
Saturday
said
night,
it?
bro.
Say it. It's pizza.
Oh,
No,
Today's
it's
show brought to you by Pizza the Hut.
that's right.
He ate himself.
it's Jabba's badass ancestor, man.
You can't out pizza this hut.
Who is it?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Oh, it's an old school ancestor. I forget their actual name of that character, but it's
Yeah.
way back going hundreds of years in Star Wars lore, that character. So
the bottom left and the what's the bottom, the one next to the X-23?
It's all
That's an
shattered.
Alex Ross. That's an Alex Ross exclusive. It's a Thor Shattered. You can get it on his website.
Shutter Glass.
Yep.
Oh man. Yeah, that came out dope.
I just noticed that Black Widow one with the Japanese writing all over it and the bonsai flag on the back.
It's,
Right here.
I
The
think
Senpai,
it's-
murder of Senpai.
Yeah, it's
No,
White
no.
Widow, and
Oh.
it's oh my gosh, I think it's like KRS or somebody.
Oh, okay.
That's Black Widow, or that's
No,
White
no,
Widow
no.
down at the bottom. Okay.
White Widow.
The one of the motorcycles, White Widow, huh?
Yes.
That sure as
Yeah.
hell looks like a bee.
I know it's like a bee, bro.
No, but if you look at the it's if you look at the very top, it says White
Oh,
Widow.
yeah, you're right.
Look at
Yeah,
the very
you're
top.
right. Yeah,
Look
I
at the very
see
top.
it.
It's
Yeah,
small
yeah.
print. It says White Widow, and it's
All I
think
know,
it's some Widow racing. So it's some
Very.
just be honest.
Got
It's
Carla
because
Cohen,
it's got a
man.
chick's ass on the cover. That's why you put it on there.
Mhm.
yes.
Features.
It's,
Yep.
it's okay.
And I had to put it right next to the Carla Cohen one because that's from Bird City Comics.
Beautiful.
Because Carla Cohen, she's been on our show. Like I love her and I love her art. I mean, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I like the primordial cover, but it reminds me of Why the Last Man, because they have that monkey
Totally
in that
see
Why
that.
Last Man.
For sure.
That's the Cosmo now, right? The monkey
Yeah.
that the Russians put in space.
I believe so. And I don't know what that noise in Dora is, but it looks a cool cover.
Those hands are freaky, man.
Niobe.
Yeah, the Niobe. Yep. From Stranger Comics.
Right.
Yeah. Also, I like the Me You Love in the Dark, that Zoo Orzu cover, man. And
I missed out on that one. That one sold out so fast.
I know, dude. I've been striking out on this. Normally, I'm pretty good at getting them, but I missed out again.
Yep.
Then you got that porcelain cover that was a Comic Min as well, man. That was a smaller ratio from what I understand. I think it was like 500.
Very watercolory.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But going back to that White Widow, is that an Akira bike or that's just bike in the book? I don't know.
It's probably just a bike.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
Akira look. Like.
All
All
right,
right.
guys. So that does it for comic covers, and now we are going into our new segment, and it is. Go
Bam.
ahead, take it away, Jeff.
Hey, this is the Week in Geek, and I'm your host, Geek Driven. We're going to change things up a little bit and do things a little slightly different. So first up, we have the quickies of the week, and it's just a few quick stories. So here we go. Speeding his way back into animation, Idris Elba knocks down the veil and reveals that he will be Knuckles in Sonic 2.
Wow.
With a flyby, Brie Larson mentions that the Marvels have started shooting, and going bye-bye for 3 more weeks is Venom: Let There Be Carnage, and it has been moved from September 24th to October 15th. And so for our main stories, we'll give the panel, an opportunity to discuss them. So our first main story is sponsored by the Jerry Maguire charity Show Me the Money. Numerous comic book creatives have moved to Substack, including Nick Spencer, Jonathan Hickman, Scott Snyder, Scotty Young, Ram V, Chip Zdarsky, and James Tynion IV. And I want to bring it back to the panel and hear your thoughts on this story. So I really would like to start with David, obviously, because he is also a writer. And this must be some kind of big news in your world.
Yeah, so yeah. I haven't formed an opinion about it quite yet, but I will say it feels very much to me like a family struggle that we're going through because we have cable and we also have tons of streaming that we subscribe to each month. And so it feels very much like, to me, like you go to the comic shop and you buy your issues from the shelf, or you subscribe to these folks on Twitter, right? And you follow their feeds, and if they post stuff, web comics or anything like that, or you can subscribe to their newsletters for like $7 a month, and you aggregate like 10 of them, and that's $70 a month that you just spend on your Substack subscription. And I don't know if that's where comics is going. I don't, these are some big moves. But I think the best take that, and I'll just sort of leave it at this, but I think the best take that I saw was on somebody tweeted out, you can keep Substack, but I'm going to be over there on Domstack, and that's sort of where I am. So you guys get it?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we get
it. I guess you had to read it on the tweet because I thought it was funny, but womp womp.
Womp, womp, womp.
I apologize. If Justin is still here for tomorrow's show, I guess my bag is empty.
And with that, and anybody else has anything to say about this story here?
Sorry, David.
I mean, I was just looking it up. It looks like you're paying. I don't know if you're paying for everyone or if you just like. If I want Tinian, I pay for his subscription. Mm-hmm. If I want David's, I pay for his. Yeah. And so, I mean, that could add up pretty damn fast. I mean, if you're collecting 5 different writers and they're all $7 a month, that's $35 a month.
On the flip side for writers, I would just add too that I guess with Tinian's deal, he can collect and publish like the collections of anything that's digital through like Image. And he'll sell 100,000 copies of it. So I don't know. Maybe it makes sense.
I think it's a great deal for the writers. I think you guys. I mean, it's an awesome thing for you. I just have a hard time when I'm not getting a physical thing in my hand and going, I'm going to pay a premium amount. I mean, not that $7 is a premium amount, but if I'm getting $7 a month, I want at least one really amazing fucking story, because I know it takes time for you guys to write a good story, or I want at least like a couple really good stories. I don't want 20 stories that are, you know what I mean? And so it's really hard because, like, to me, I have a hard time paying $4 for a digital copy of a book that I can buy for $4.
Right.
Do we know if artists are going to be going with them?
What?
To this? I mean, is it just going to be like prose? Is it going to be a novel, or is it going to be a comic book with art?
So Tinian announced that he's doing this book called Blue Book that's going to be a retelling of true life UFO accounts.
Project
and he's got Mike. Yeah, so he's got Mike Oming. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but he was the one who did Powers, who drew Powers. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think it's going to be digital content that they push out each month, sort of similar to how we publish single issue comic books in the physical form, each month. So, and I think that you subscribe for a monthly fee and you get whatever content they push out, which includes comics.
And do you get to keep it? Because I mean, if you have to pay a monthly fee, if I have this book that's from Tinian, is it downloaded that I get to keep it without having to worry about any sort of like loopholes or like, oh, I have to keep paying this subscription in order to revisit this book or unlock it?
It's only fans for comic book writers. That's what it is.
Mhm.
I think you're going to be paying every month.
Womp, womp.
like
They act like
David
they
was
don't know
saying,
what OnlyFans is.
yeah, like David was saying, I think
Oh,
people
you
have
said
drawn a
only,
line.
I'm so look at me. I've got such a halo because I thought you meant literally it's only for fans of writers. No, it's definitely an OnlyFans for comic book writers. Yes. And
Dude,
honestly,
JR nailed it.
there's not I don't know, my monthly subscriptions would be pretty small for the people I would subscribe to, but that's me.
But like Raging Cajuns, right, saying you can pay $250 up front and you get exclusive book from JT. So instead of paying the $7 a month, which would be 84 bucks for a year, you can pay basically 3 times that amount to get an exclusive book. Yeah,
Printed?
I'm hoping it's printed.
Well, I don't know.
And
To me,
printed on gold.
To me, it sounds like there's going to be great opportunities for up and coming writers and artists and these spots that left behind. So we'll get to discover new writers and artists and these Batman and all that jazz and DC and Marvel. So I'm looking forward to that.
And I think what's going to happen too with new writers is that they're going to do this newsletter for free through Substack, and they're going to build their following, and they're going to publish comic books, and then they're going to get to the place where that whole slew of writers that you showed in the first slide, they can go to Substack with subscriptions because Tinian's going to make, he's probably going to, at $7 a pop per month, he's going to have thousands of subscribers, and so he's going to be making tens of thousands of dollars, if not hundreds, every single month. But up and coming writer, I mean, if I went over to Substack and asked for subscriptions, my income would be like $14 a month, right? So you just have to be at that level of, you have to be
about that, David. I think you do a little better than that, man.
There's no way, David.
So, you know what? That's
if you went, I would pay.
But you also have to, as from my perspective, you got to look at it as, well, what's the time sink every month? And how many subscribers? So if I can make $500 a month or $1,000 a month, but I put in $5,000 worth of my own time and energy that I could be doing books, then does it make sense for me to do? Who knows? Some huge names can go over there and they'll start raking in the dough. So I think it's one of these things that we've seen it in comics where it's a new thing. So we'll see how it plays out.
And remember, the first year the writers don't make squat, right? It's the owner who makes all the money.
From what I understand, it was like the first year was 90% went to the owner, 10% went to the creator, but then the year after that it flips.
No. So I reread it, and my understanding is the second year, they get 10% less. The owners of Substack. So Substack is 10% less than the previous year.
It's such a terrible model because it's the first year. You gotta get the incentive for people to come over. Don't take 90% of my money. Take 10% of my money, and then as I get more popular, you make benchmarks and say, okay, well, we're going to take more now and more now.
I guarantee the deals are not the same for every writer.
Oh yeah,
there's no way.
But
that
the same
slate
time,
of writers did not. He got hundreds. I don't know this first.
They could have got signing bonuses.
In six figures, maybe 7 figures for that deal. So
I have a feeling that Substack's gonna be. We're gonna look back at this video in 3 years and go, what was Substack? I just don't see it working.
Well, we'll see. Yep. We'll see. All right, so we're gonna move on to our second story here. And our second story is brought to you by Cuteness Overload with the casting for Avatar: The Last Bender's live action series. And so let's go to the panel. I'll name off who's been casted here. It's Gordon Cormier as Aang, and he actually has been in Lost in Space. And then you have here, let me just see. I don't know how to pronounce her name, so here we're gonna go. I'm gonna murder her name.
Do it.
Kiwantio as Katara, and then you have Ian Ousley as Sokka, and then you have Dallas Liu as Zuko. So, does anybody care about Avatar: The Last Airbender, Steve?
Oh yeah, man. I'm so happy that they're finally going to they have the characters picked out properly, because the M Night Shyamalan Ding Dong movie just was not for me. It didn't hit the
Greatest
mark.
one ever.
Man, the movie was
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, are you
I was gonna
serious?
say it's in my top
No.
5. Yeah.
I was gonna
I
Best
say,
didn't
picture.
see it.
They got
You're
nominated
like-
for Best Picture, bro.
Yeah, man. And from for me, this is what I'm waiting for. I'm on board and I can't wait.
Did they finally get James Cameron for this one, or
No, they got Scorsese. That's what I heard. So
that's the big surprise? James Cameron's working on Avatar 2, 3, and 4, and it's just like the last Airbender.
that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
That'd be
You know,
great.
I really think they nailed the casting here. Like, they look like those characters.
Mhm.
It's
Totally.
kind of scary.
What the hell with Avatar? Where's my Dragon Ball live action film? The last one we got was trash, man.
No. I want my
that was
Kanto live
horrible.
film.
Look,
Oh,
look,
yeah.
listen,
Live
Live action? Okay. That'd be
That-
fun.
that would be
Pixar.
actually fun. That's a lot of
Come on, you
CGI
can get-
though.
You can get the
Nah.
no. You get the Henson people involved in it.
It's
To do-
puppets.
And look
Dark
at
Crystal?
Dark Crystal. It ended up
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
canceled after one season. No,
Hey.
thank you. Come on, we wanted to keep going.
No, I want my Pixar.
But it was not. It was
It
the
broke
wrong
my heart
spot.
that Dark Crystal show when they canceled it. It broke my heart because
Yeah.
It should
I
have been done on
had, I had
Disney.
So
notes.
good.
I had notes.
So good.
See, the
Nobody
funny
watched
thing
it.
with Netflix is they make great series. They suck at their own original movies, but their original series, they put detail in it. They put a lot of effort in it. But I'm also afraid because they cancel series so fast.
Nobody watches it, man.
But
Well,
then
I
they
think-
keep stuff like The Circle.
Like with Dark Crystal,
It's horrible.
when we made Kanto, we set out specifically not to dump a ton of world building. We wanted to dole it out slow, the way Kanto learns of it, everybody else does. And I feel like in Dark Crystal, they just started out with that voiceover and here's
Oh.
7 clans and this is the world and here's all the other complex things that are happening here. And you just sort of lose the audience right out of the gate because it's too much information. If they would have just taken one single character and we follow that one as they discover the worlds, then I think it would have worked a whole lot better.
Well, I think the other problem with Dark Crystal is you had such a detachment from when the first one came out. It was like,
Yeah.
I mean, they came out 30 years ago and scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
Mhm.
And now you go back, and it's a great film. Don't get me wrong. I've watched it since again. But we're the only ones that care about it because we remember it from 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's got a niche audience already.
Yeah.
And then it's puppets, so it's even more niche.
Mhm.
Just give me a Kanto, like Eric the Phoenix said here. Give me a Kanto animation series on Netflix. I'm good with that.
It's going to be a movie, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'll take multiple movies.
yeah, but
Can't wait.
yeah, there you go.
I want a
I mean, that'll be
series
up
of them.
that'll be up to everybody watching.
So, since we're kind of talking about that, any updates, David? Because I know it was with
Westbrook. Yeah, we're with Westbrook Studios, and we're still working on it. So no current updates.
Still in
We're
development.
working. We're working.
Good try, Cyclops.
I had to ask. I mean, I mean,
It's done. I'm sure I can.
Sure.
And on that note, we're going to move on to our last story. And so for our last story, for this Week in Geek, it's brought to you by Gotcha Industries. Tim Drake has been revealed to be bisexual in the latest Batman Urban Legends. And I had an opinion where I believe, some of these things are forced and some of these things are forced upon us by the industry because we're at that point where things need to change. But let's hear what the panel has to say about it. David,
What?
please, I need
What?
your opinion
Why would you
on this.
think that I have any opinion on this?
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, that's
I mean, if we get the Tim Drake pose for a cover with like the Black
Black
Cat
Cat.
cover,
Oh
Then
yeah.
you're good with it, right?
full circle, full
He's,
circle.
he's for sure. Okay.
I mean, I have a very specific opinion about it, which is it was on Good Morning America, ABC News or something, the morning it came out, and it's making national news. And I feel like it's whether you agree with it being Tim Drake or Robin or any other character in the DC universe, it was just it's lauded as it's applauded as such a huge step, and it's just such a tiny little step.
Shadow
So
Blast. What's going on, Tyler?
so I just feel like putting it all into perspective and not like there's tons of queer books out there and LGBTQ books out there that are really
Mhm.
embracing it,
Mhm.
and then to have this be the one that's like
The front
makes all
runner.
the national media for the very small step. It's like I wish we could calibrate that more for the exposure to be with the books that are really embracing it versus this small step.
And then
I have no opinion about Tim Drake, honestly.
did it
or
really
Robin.
come out? Did it really? Didn't he just ask for a drink? He's gonna beer.
No, he asked him for a date. It's specific. It's on the panel. He asked
Yeah.
him out for the date, and then the very last panel, he says, "I think I would like that." So, so in that so that last panel on the left-hand side, that's where he asked him out on a date, specifically that word. And on the right-hand side, you'll see him say, "Yeah, I would like to do that." So, it's look, I have family who are gay. I have family who are lesbian. I believe that no matter what kind of sexual orientation, creed, color, political spectrum, we are all human and we all deserve the same respect and to give the same respect. And so, yes, I think it's a little forced because of all the attention he got when there's been, like David said, hundreds of different like outlets of people doing the same exact thing. The only reason why this got more attention is because it's a Batman book. It's Robin. It's one of those like main characters in the zeitgeist, and someone made a big deal about it. The Marvel's done this already. We've seen Alpha Flight, so there's all kinds
DC did
of
it with Midnighter and Apollo.
exactly.
Well,
There's
that kind of got forced on them. That was actually Wildstorm that did that originally.
Well, I
And
mean,
then they bought
JSA, they had JSA members, right? I mean, there's all kinds of things out there, and it's just because the character itself has that stature, right, amongst the zeitgeist of pop culture, and that's why it probably got more attention. Again, I'm also with David in the sense where, yes, even if it took this long to get to that point, it's out there. It's in everyone's faces. It's in everyone's minds now, and I think we're all for the better. Yes, people are going to get upset. Oh, don't put your stuff in my face. I don't care. I don't want to see your
ridiculous.
pause on that. But yeah, don't put your political views in my face. I don't think having rights and having sanity and equal rights and just having our freedoms, just there's nothing political about it.
It's characters having characteristics.
Yeah.
Political.
Okay.
I would just add too that I think the proof we'll see how it unfolds going forward, and I think that's really going to show the true colors of what this is.
The commitment.
Do they walk it back? Does he, take this date because it's a free meal? I don't know. If they,
that's my question. Yeah.
It's like if somebody, yeah.
So here's my thing, Jeff. I agree with you 100%. David, I agree with you 100%. But let's just focus on the story and focus on the character of Tim Drake. So, and this again, I haven't read any recent like Tim Drake focused books like Young Justice or even Batman Urban Legends or Detective Comics. I haven't read anything rather recent, but I do know that in the past he's always been with women. And in the New 52, I mean, he was, in all honesty, he was a gigolo. He was sleeping with every member of Young Justice. I mean,
he was a Poonhound magnet.
Yes. And going forward into this new DC continuity where everybody remembers what they've done and how they acted, and even in Future State, I mean, you see Tim Drake with a woman. And for me, I understand that, you know, this is great to have somebody of his stature or somebody that's well known to come out and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. But I would have liked a little bit of a lead up to that character, because right now it feels that it's forced. It feels like.
Is it
like,
only
what
just those
happened?
2 panels?
Yeah.
Like, is there no suggestion prior to that?
I think there might be some little
chemistry ish. Yeah.
Yeah, there might be little things here and there in that story. I mean, I honestly have not read it yet. I have the book and I will sit down and read
Quick
it.
question: is this canon?
It is canon.
It is.
Okay.
So
I
have
just
a
feel
couple.
like
Go ahead, David.
that should be done, you know, over the course of 4 issues. Build up to that.
Right.
Well, see, and I have a couple things.
Take the time. Yeah.
One thing, why would you put it in a book called Urban Legends? To me, that just
That's
what I'm worried about too.
That sucks.
I just like that name. I'm just going. Your Urban Legends like does not. It makes it seem like this far fetched. The other thing is, I can understand. I know some people that were poon hounds and they ended up coming out down the road
later,
and it was more for. They just didn't. They never could find the right girl. The reason they were poon hounds because they kept going, trying to find something there, and it just. It wasn't until they realized that maybe they need to try with a person of the opposite or same sex that it switched for them. And I'm not saying that's all people that are gay or anything. I'm just saying for the people that I know, a couple people I know, that was the situation. So that doesn't bother me too much how jarring it is. What I'm more inclined of, I want to see, because Marvel also did this with Bobby Drake, Iceman. And then they pretty much, I mean, he's still gay, but they pretty much backed away from it.
Yeah.
And to me, that's more offensive. That's like, hey, we're going to make a gold star and put him on this guy and do this. And then we're going to just leave it the fuck alone and never do anything about it. It's like, you need to follow through. I'm not saying I want to see the act, but I mean, have him have a relationship. Have him do this long term.
Or struggle. I think this is I mean, the you know, anybody that you know who has come out later in life, I guarantee has had years prior to that before you found out that is struggling with this. And I think there's a really cool story to tell if he's really struggling with this way before he tells anybody and way after he tells anybody. There is an evolution there that's what we should see.
I would be very interested in that story because I also have. So I have been part of it in the dance community, the hip hop dance community here in Orange County. And I know very many dancers who are gay. And I've known many of them who have actually come out during the time that I've known them. So I wanted to know, like, that struggle to, like, I knew them before they came out. But everybody knew. But we're never going to say anything to them because we want them to, you know, it's their life that they need to discover how to come out and be true to themselves, right? So that's not my place. So when I want to hear that story, because that's a struggle that some of us will never understand, and to have that empathy to read that story, I think brings a light to everybody too.
I mean, could you? I just, Alonzo, what you were saying about his history, right? Can you imagine writing issues where you go back to all those scenes that we've seen already, but then you hear his internal monologue, his thoughts as to how this is confusing to him, or you know, and it's sort of retconning it, of course, because you're now putting a layer on top of it, but that'll at least explain how you get to the point that we're at now.
Right.
Yeah, and that's all I want. I mean, you know, I want to see that, like you guys mentioned, like that struggle that, like, hey, this isn't working out for me. Let me try something else. And I feel like, and again, I haven't picked up anything recent, um, but I will read this book and I'll start to go back to see if it was a gradual thing, if it was a struggle, like him in his mind going like, "Hey, this isn't working out. Something's missing. Something's off." But if they do it in one issue, and I'm like, I don't, I don't even know what to say. I'm like, it just feels like it's forced, and it was something like they just decided, "Hey, let's just do something."
The other thing I have issue with is that they purposely picked a character, a name, Robin, that has been worn by several different people. Because I remember seeing a byline saying, 81-year-old character Robin has gone by. And it's like, no, it wasn't Dick Grayson that came out.
Everybody assumes it's Dick
Because
Grayson.
everyone all of a sudden thought, oh, and that's why it got big news. And they knew by tagging it on that it'd be big news. It'd be just like if they did the same thing if they made Miles Morales gay. It would come out as Spider-Man's gay, and people would go like, Peter Parker's gay all of a sudden? They knew that they were confusing people. And that's what I feel bad about, because like Tim Drake, has had, in the DC universe, he's had a hard time finding his identity. Because, I mean, you got Nightwing, or you got Dick Grayson, that's the old school original. You got Tim Drake, or not Tim Drake, you got Jason Todd,
Red Hood,
the fuck up. You've got
Damian.
Damian, that's a little punk. But the thing is, like, I think, like what Dave was saying, my look at it is they can go, okay, hey, we're gonna do this jarring moment, and now here's where we're gonna go back and do everything. I mean, yeah, they should have went the normal route and went, hey, we're gonna do this, but then DC doesn't want to follow Marvel and make money either in movies. So is it a shocker that DC doesn't do the normal thing when it comes to write a story?
Circle it back.
I mean, listen,
Circle back.
I would give them.
Best comedians do it.
Pew pew.
DC, you suck.
Oh my God.
You suck, bro.
Sorry, David.
I was just gonna say, I think we should all give them the benefit of the doubt. This is 2 panels in a comic book, and let's see where it goes. And maybe it's going to be a brilliant storyline, and maybe it won't. But
maybe,
we'll
Comic
see.
book fans giving them
So-
DC the benefit of the doubt. What?
Just like shredding the book in front
Yeah.
of
No.
How
I'm-
dare
I'm-
you? 2
Not my
panels
Tim
mean
Drake.
Everything. Yes,
Not Tim.
not Tim. We need a new Robin.
No, I
Robin
hope
now.
I hope they do a really good job with this. But yeah, I mean, I'm just.
Who's writing it? Do we know who's writing
Oh,
that
no.
urban legend?
I'll look up real quick. Let's see here.
Let's ask the Google.
Excuse me, Google.
The trusty. Trusty.
Here. It is. Damn it! Tell me various writers. Shit.
There's
more
like
than-
50.
Oh my God! If it's various
Oh, yeah,
writers,
because
you
there's
know what?
multiple
This is
stories
like
in
an
there.
anthology then, right?
Yeah, it's multiple
Yeah.
stories.
It's an
Oh, my God,
oh,
this is even worse.
this is not canon.
I am actually quite worried that it's called Urban Legends and we have this because
Okay.
it
Oh,
could
no,
it could not be real.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
This book is Joshua Williamson.
Ultra
No.
Maximus. What's up,
So
brother?
at least from what I'm saying, that in the story, writer Megan Fitzmartin
Oh, okay.
and artist Beline Ortega, part 3 of Some of Our Parts, that began in Batman Urban Legend #4, and that's where he goes and comes out as going on a date and becoming bisexual.
Yeah. I don't know if the writer is LGBTQ, but I have to say that I would have more confidence in the finesse of the story if they were, just because there's some personal experience that you could potentially bring there. It's not
Sure.
that a straight writer can't do this, but I know in my experience with writing that there is nuances that I've brought based on my own experience that I think make it feel that would make it feel like a satisfying, grounded story. I don't know. We'll see.
I got my fingers crossed. I mean, I hope that they keep that this is canon, and they'll move forward with it. I just want to go back I want to see if this is something that is a gradual thing that kind of happened, which would be nice. You can see the struggle instead of something like boom, page 5. He's like, oh, let's go on a date, and I'm like, what just happened?
Yeah, I hope they do it justice. Look, we all just want good writing, right? So that's all we can ask for, and let's hope they deliver. And only the future will tell where we go.
Yep.
All right.
All right,
So
Jeff.
that's it. This is the Weekend Geek, and I'm Geek Driven. All done. Moving on.
All right, thank you, sir.
Breaking news.
All right, and David, this is for you. So you are a huge
What?
Alanis Morissette fan. If you had to pick, which song means more to you and why? Of these-
Ironic because honestly, I didn't really love You Ought to Know. I became a fan after her other stuff. So I love the song that's filled with no real ironies. So I will go with Ironic for sure.
Is it ironic?
Did you know there's a Broadway musical?
Really?
No.
No.
Yeah, it opened, I think, the fall of 2019. And of course, it's on hiatus, but it was
Yeah.
based, it's the songs from this
That's
album
cool.
plus new stuff and stuff from her later albums. And it's just, I haven't seen it yet, but I know the soundtrack, and it's freaking fantastic.
Is she in the show?
Yeah, she's pretty, man, for sure.
No,
Jeez.
no,
She
she's
was
not.
inspired by Alanis, right?
Okay.
The show,
Yeah.
it's called Jagged Little Pill, and it's based on her album. It's like one of these musicals that's based like Mamma Mia and
Yeah.
Jersey
some of the other
Boys.
Jersey Boys, some of the other Motown stuff. It's
Yeah.
based on this album, and I think she wrote all the music for it.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, so
That was a great album.
Yeah, great.
100%, man.
and she also has like 12 albums since then, which you probably don't
Yes.
even know about.
No.
About
I love
3
them
of them
all.
I know of.
I love them all.
Wow.
I know
super
I know
fan.
she's God though.
She is.
She is God in Dogma. She wrote
She
the
is,
song
yes.
in the movie Dogma at
Definitely.
the end.
Right, bro.
Called Still. I mean, I could go nerd out. She was on a track that I've been listening to in a Dave Matthews Band CD. She was like a background vocal on one of
No
them.
way.
Yeah, no. I'm all
Yeah, I
over it.
wonder-
Oh my god.
I want to say didn't they base Robin from
What's up, Alex?
How
Stranger
I Met
Things?
Your Mother?
Oh,
No, Robin from How I Met Your Mother. Her whole singing career thing wasn't
Robin
loosely
Sparkles?
based on hers.
You know what? I
Yeah.
think it wasn't. Robin Sparkles was in '80s, so it was more
Yeah,
like
that was like more
like a
Debbie and
Cindy-
Tiffany.
Tiffany.
Debbie Gibson.
Debbie Gibson, Tiffany,
Okay.
Cindy Lauper.
Yeah,
I just
there
know
you
they're
go.
both Canadian, so
True.
Oh, okay, David. Thank you for that insight. I appreciate it.
Sure.
And then Jeff, what do we got coming on this week?
Oh, this week we are going to have our first time show premiere of Introspective. It's a game show where we're going to have 4 different categories. Alonzo's going to be the host, and he's going to be hosting myself, JR, the Kingpin, and Azores Tiger, and we, the Professor. And we're going to hopefully bring our specs to everyone and see what everybody says about them. You know, if they agree, and if they agree, they'll vote for one of us. And there's all kinds of little bonuses and rules and stuff, but we'll explain all that on the day of. And I believe this is going to happen this Wednesday.
Yes, this Wednesday we're going to schedule it at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern, and it is going to be fun and interactive. So we definitely want the live chat to kind of help us out with this.
And again, I'm super excited. I really want the community to get involved. I really hope it's exciting for the community, and I really want to see guests on our show, duking it out. We want to see who's got the kind of fun spec that we've all been, dreaming up of as kids. So I can't wait. Can't wait.
Same. I'm looking forward to it. And then, Steve, what's going on?
All right, man. Thursday night, you already know we got that Mondo Mail Call show with our special guest, Moonlit Comics. You know her. She is part of the community, man. She got those old school Bronze Age comics. She knows her stuff, man. I call her a historian too. More PJ and Moonlit, man. They throw that fire, and JR as well, man. JR is in there, years of comic book collecting, but we're gonna have her on the show, and I can't wait to see what her mail call is. And I know all of us have fire. I know Jeff got a short box. Full of good issues. I know JR got some stuff that he's been sitting aside, and I know Big Rob always brings the heat. Alonzo, we'll see what you bring, bro.
Ouch.
True.
Just don't make me laugh, please.
Sorry, Clusios.
And then we did get David was nice enough to offer up some books.
Yes.
So he's offering a set of 3 books, Killer Queens, and let's highlight David one more time.
You lucky ass people in the chat.
Highlight that guy.
So
Highlight that guy.
There we go. We're highlighting David one
Oh,
more
here we
time.
are.
Yes, look at that. Look at those beautiful books. Look at those beautiful
Bartell.
books.
Chris Abels, Balboni, and Saxon.
And they're all
of course,
signed
you got
too,
all
right?
I'll sign all of them.
Nice.
And you got the after totally trashing Tim Drake, right? Here's all your Pride stuff.
We're not trashing Tim.
No, I know. I'm teasing.
We're trashing DC.
So we're
We
hoping
just
for the
call him
best.
Tiny Tim now.
Yeah.
Tiny.
Tiny Tim.
Damn it, JR.
All right, guys. So just
He's on fire.
zoom in real fast. I just want to make sure I do have everybody here. So on the list, let's start off with Danime, Comics Talk Weekly, Something Wong, X11 Bravo, El Huevos, Glenn 2K, Copy 801, HK Wifey, Raging Cajuns Comics, Eric the Phoenix, Comics Are Great, You Promised Me Comics, Sam I Am, Azorus Tiger, No Good Comics, Inja Binja, Uncanny Swag, The Comic Forge, Bricks the Iron Geek, Sam Klesko, Me M-Docs 4, Funko Comic Book Fix Doggy, Dan Comics, Sealess E-Man, Chef R.D. Harris, Hot Java, Rudy, Mama Comic Lucy, Telekinetic Age, Jay Nunya, Gomez Comic Collector, Shattered Glass Comic Reviews, and Hidden Gem Comics. Oh, and
Did you
looks
get
like
Paul
missed-
619?
He's got to scroll down low.
There we go.
My bad.
Desire Comics, Paul in the 619, Ultra Maximus, and Alex Garcia Illustrator. So that's what I have.
Thank you all for being in the chat.
Let fate
Yes,
decide,
thank you
y'all.
all. Here we go.
Spin a Rudy.
Here we go. Ready?
Oh my God! I didn't
One.
even know we were doing this live. Okay, great.
2 and 3.
Go.
That's right.
Who's gonna get it?
Something.
Something. Wow.
No, something's right.
Something. What is gonna happen, man? All the time.
That's right.
You
So
should just
something
put
That's
Tim.
awesome.
You
you'll be
should have put
getting-
Tim Drake on there. Just
So wait a sec. That's right. It's Tim Drake and Bobby Drake.
Oh
Is there a
yeah.
connection here?
Oh my God.
Who else is named Drake in the big
Who's
two?
next? Who's
Drake.
Who's next?
Just
Who's
straight.
next? Drake,
Drake?
the rapper.
Who's Drake?
All right, so something Wong, I'll reach out to you and then get your info, and we will have a amazing gift sent to you from David Booher.
All
Nice,
right,
congrats.
man. Yeah, nice congrats. They're all dealing congrats over at the herd. with that being said, man, we like to thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for rolling with us on the top picks of the week. We thank you, David, for being with us. We totally appreciate it. And
Yes, sir.
we can't wait. We can't wait. Wednesday, you guys, put it on your calendars, put it on your pull. Definitely get Killer Queens. It's a great read. We promise you guys. We promise you guys are going to love it. Get the covers, A, B, C, get that things from another world. Do it, please. All right.
Please buy a copy because I've got a cover in my back pocket that you all will love for a second frame.
Oh,
Wait.
I already bought 3 copies already from Tfaw, and I'll be definitely picking up every single one of these.
I'll DM you the number of copies that I need you to buy
Okay.
to go to.
You got it. You got it, David. You got it.
And it looks like everybody's saying thank you, Dave, for coming on. A great show.
My pleasure.
And with that being said, y'all, Big Rob, you want to take us out?
Yes, sir. If you want to do it right, collect what you like. Peace out.
Peace out, y'all. Good evening.